up out of the water. Ship number 104, this is another Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer. This is the Sterret. The next ship, number 22, that is the San Diego. That is a San Antonio class LPD. It's used to transport those brave men and women we call Marines, along with any equipment they may need. And that's what that ship is used for. It's actually got a tailgate on it. The tailgate opens up, the ship sinks down about 15 feet, and we're back on small landing craft utility vessels which transport those brave men and women we call Marines from the ship to the shore. Ship number 89, that's another Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer. That's the Mustard. And by the way, majority of our Navy today is made up of these warships. In fact, the Navy has 68 active, and that is what they call the total combatant warship. These warships are made out of aluminum. They're very fast. They can do better than 40 knots in the open ocean. The unique thing about them is that they only need 15 feet of water to operate safely. 15 feet. All these other Navy ships we have found so far need a minimum of 30. All right, up next on our port side is NASSCO. NASSCO stands for National Steel and Shipbuilding Company. They're actually our largest manufacturing employer in San Diego. These guys are so busy right now, they're working around the clock. That's because they don't only repair ships here at NASSCO, they build them. In fact, if you look to the right and the left of the cranes, these are brand new Navy ships under construction. So is this oiler number 206 here. This ship was actually christened about 2 months ago. Okay, so they've got another at least 2 months to finish putting the pipe and electricity on it, and then before they turn it over to the United States Navy. So it takes about 3 years to actually build one of these ships. NASSCO here has built close to 50 Navy ships. They've also built 33 oil tankers, and the most famous oil tanker ever built was built by aging LSDs. In fact, there's only 4 of these LSDs left, and the Navy has decided to spend a little bit of money and actually upgrade them. The ship to the far right, this is a brand new ship under construction as well, but this is a helicopter support ship. So coming up next, this is the start of the 32nd Street Naval Station. Look at all these Navy warships. So it starts up pier number 1 here, goes all the way south in front of us to pier 13. Here in San Diego, we have 60 active warships stationed here, but we've never counted 60 on any one day because a lot of our brave men and women who serve on some of these ships are overseas protecting our freedom right now. But by the time we spin, you will see one of each type warship currently used. But then the next ship here, number 4, this is a helicopter carrier, much smaller than the aircraft carrier. The ship to the left of the helicopter carrier is a Chilean warship. Ship number 4, that helicopter carrier, that is the Boxer. On board that ship, it has 24 helicopters, 4 Harrier jump jets, 1,900 of the brave men and women we call Marines, along with 1,200 of the brave men and women we call sailors. The next ship, number 86, another Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer. Again, a majority of the Navy warships today are made up of these destroyers, followed by the cruisers. Now the Ticonderoga-class cruiser, they're about 70 feet longer than the destroyers. And because of that, they had room to put up ships, these littoral combatant warships. These ships are all being set up to do minesweeping, doing minesweeping. Oh, it looks like they're moving the Boxer. See the tugboats tied up alongside it? Ship number 4 back there, the Boxer. Set up right now to do minesweeping operations. If you notice the garage doors on the top, 2 garage doors. The one on the right is a little bit larger. That's because that is where they put the conventional helicopter, the SH-60 Seahawk. To the left of that is the drone helicopter, much smaller. They're called the Fire Scout, much smaller in size, unmanned.
Oh, that's what I said. All right.
Now there's 13 years. Back there in the corner, coming up, that is one of the Tiger class guided missile cruisers. Again, that ship, because it is 70 feet longer than the destroyers, it has 120 of those vertical launching tubes rather than just 82. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned the radar on these ships, which is a 4 megawatt phased array radar. They can actually keep track of 125 objects at a time. Ship number 63 right there, another Arleigh Burke class guided missile destroyer. That's the Stetham. Will sink down about 15 feet. Out of the back of that come small boats called landing craft utility vessels, which are used to transport those brave men and women we call Marines. These white, the 3 small boats back there, those are actually minesweepers. They're phasing those out. Those are minesweepers. Believe it or not, the Navy still sweeps waters for mines that may be left over from World War II. This big white and gray box, that's actually temporary housing. Temporary housing for these brave men and women. When any work has to be done to their ship, they'll move them into that temporary housing there until work is complete. Macon Island. But I want you to look at the light and gray ships here. You see these light and gray ones we're coming up on? These are new. New, I mean relatively. They're about 3 years old. But this is a brand new class of destroyer. This is the newest class destroyer the Navy has built. These are called Zumwalt class destroyers. The Navy keeps these pretty much secret. We don't know much about these ships. What I do know is that they're very stealthy. They're very, very fast. In fact, they took these things out on a test ride from here to Hawaii, doing almost 40 knots the entire way. Look at the bow on these ships. They have what is called a wave-piercing bow. If you look at the older Navy ships, the bow is actually going in a different direction. These ships also cost a lot. In fact, to build one of these ships, it cost over $8.5 billion, and that's with a B. $8.5 billion. But I can tell you this, you guys, that is the cheap part of our freedom. You know, we take, I think, for granted too much our freedom today. Okay, this freedom isn't free. In fact, let me tell you, Ship 1000 is the Zumwalt. He was a 4-star admiral during the early part of the Vietnam era. Ship number 1001 was the Michael Monsoor. That was named after the Navy SEAL Michael Monsoor. Michael Monsoor was on a mission, a secret mission with the rest of his SEAL team. A grenade came in. He jumped on the grenade. It killed him instantly. His fellow SEAL team, he actually rescued his fellow SEAL team who saved them. They went on to conduct a very successful mission. So, in his honor, they have named that ship the Michael Monsoor. So, there is the price of freedom, you guys. You ask anyone that has ever lost a loved one in a uniform, they'll tell you the true price of freedom. It's not free. Don't worry. The Pasha Group imports automobiles. 1 out of every 8 that comes into this country is actually unloaded right there. If you look beyond that, it's a dead end. That's it. You can't go much further down there. The water's too shallow. Well, you can see the hillside. That's Mexico. We're only about 9 miles from the Mexican border. That's all you wanted to look at. And as this vessel continues spinning, you can see what looks like